Hey, it's Dennis Thomas here, and welcome to this workshop. Contractors have been asking for it long enough, and today I'm going to share with you my biggest accomplishment, the Task Integrated Estimate Scheduling System. How to position your company to capture higher and more consistent profit margins in the next 90 days, without wasting your time, money, and energy on out-of-control projects that involve 2-week rolling schedules that take 4 weeks to complete, costly rework that never seems to end, and escalating manpower that completes less and less every day. So if you have an electrical contracting business that's experiencing high losses on random projects, this training is going to be a big game changer for you. You ready? Let's get started. Here's how today came to be, by the way. Hi, my name's Dennis Thomas, and I'm a licensed Master Electrician with over 40 years of experience and the founder and creator of the Task Integrated Estimate Scheduling System. I quit my job in 2011 to start a construction management business. I did this so I could hand select projects to test my Task Integrated Estimate Management System. I'd spent 20 years developing my own method of project management that greatly increased my success in building profitable projects, on time and on budget. Task Integrated Estimate Scheduling, or TIES, because we're trying to tie the estimate directly to the schedule. I'd spent 20 years developing my own method of project management that greatly increased my success in building profitable projects on time and on budget. I was hitting my goals. Contractors started asking how I was succeeding so well, and it was time to put the system to the real test before introducing it to the world. I needed to test it on commercial, industrial, and solar electrical projects, remodels, and new construction. I needed to test it with clients on every type of project imaginable. Honestly, I struggled for the first couple of years, up until 4 a.m. hustling, trying to land my next project. Some months were pretty lean those first 2 years, and I almost gave up. But then something happened that completely changed my mind. My phone started to ring. You see, I was having really good results, and my clients were sharing their experiences with other contractors. Then in 2015, I was hired to manage the electrical portion of a $6 million solar project on top of the economy parking garage at the Tampa International Airport. The project was being built by a local solar contractor for a local electrical utility company. It was a technical project that required pumping concrete up 6 stories at night to cast 128 concrete columns and then casting 300-foot-long concrete beams on top of them. By now my skills and my use of my new project management system had been honed to a fine edge. After only 10 days on the TIA project, my client asked me to relieve their own construction manager and assume responsibility for the entire project. There was a hard completion date of December 31st on this project, and due to decisions made by my client prior to my arrival, delays cost us about 2 months of a 6-month schedule. The utility company had a presence on site and brought in a master scheduler to track and report on our progress. In early November, the scheduler was reporting that there was no way we would be able to complete the project before late January. When I announced in a high-level meeting with the utility executives that their scheduler was wrong and that my data was telling me that I would complete on time, they scoffed. But I was confident. I knew my system, and I knew I could trust it. When I did finish on time, the local utility named me the savior of the TIA project and awarded my client another project of similar size and scope provided that I managed it for them. That second project went equally as well, leading that local utility to hire me to manage their first large-scale solar project, an $85 million utility-scale solar project on 500 acres. But my adventure didn't end there. When their general superintendent decided to retire, they asked me to assume responsibility for their entire portfolio of solar assets, including new construction, O&M, and warranty work, totaling over $600 million in solar assets. Now I want you to know something. I've only got a high school education, and that $9 billion utility company could have hired anyone they wanted to manage their assets for them, but they asked me. And they asked me because of the success I had with my new task-integrated estimate scheduling system. In 3 short years, I literally went from managing $100,000 projects to managing over $600 million in solar assets. Now, this didn't happen because I'm special. I'm no smarter than you or anyone who works for you. But I did invest over 20 years of my life intensely studying and testing methods that guaranteed on-time completion and profitable results. But it's the system that guaranteed the results, not me. I noticed some important mistakes electrical contractors were making when I started building my TIES system. The first mistake I noticed is that electrical contractors try to use the same scheduling software as general contractors. I don't care what anybody tells you, that's never going to work. And here's why. General contractors are managing contractors, and electrical contractors are managing employees. Here's the problem with that. Electrical contractors understand this. Employees don't. Not only do they not understand it, but even if they did, it's not aggregate enough to help them manage your project anyway. So here's what happens. Electrical contractors hire project managers who write the same type of schedule as the general contractors, and they're real proud of it. They use this schedule to manage their projects, but the crew doesn't understand it and can't use it effectively to manage the task-by-task requirements of the project. So, the project manager ends up using it to watch his project go down the toilet. I've personally seen this play out with electrical contractor after electrical contractor. Problem number 2. Electrical contractors don't understand employee scheduling. While it's common these days for electrical contractors to employ 2 or 3 week rolling schedules, they typically leave this to the electrical foreman on site. And since they only have a basic understanding of scheduling concepts, this ends up becoming a frustrating and unfavorable task that gets completed half-heartedly and not used effectively. Field workers at all levels understand to-do lists. They understand them because it tells them what to work on, and they can check tasks off as they complete them. A good electrical schedule is nothing more than a prioritized list of tasks for the entire project, plotted out on a calendar. For electrical contractors, these tasks need to be aggregate enough to assign to workers or crews, but not so aggregate that they are too tedious to track. The correct size of task is dictated by the size of the project. When the master electrical schedule is created properly, the phase of construction becomes the goal, and the tasks included in the phase of construction become all the steps necessary to complete the goal, on time and on budget. The individual tasks necessary to complete the goal on time and on budget are dished out to workers in the form of 2 week rolling schedules. Problem number 3. Let me tell you how this works, especially in a hot economy like we have right now. As contractors acquire more work than they can manage, they need new leaders to manage projects for them. So they select a hotshot journeyman in their ranks and tell them, "Come on, kid, we're going to make you a foreman." Then they send them out to manage a project without any training whatsoever. How is this a good idea? Still, it happens all the time. And even if they choose to hire a foreman off the streets, chances are that the seasoned foreman started his foreman career in the same exact way. It's been my experience that the single best investment electrical contractors can make in building profitability is to train their foreman, especially if they're going to implement an effective scheduling program. If you're going to implement an effective scheduling program, this training becomes vital to the success of that scheduling program. But that training needs to be relevant to your own style of management. And that's why I created my own online training to work hand in hand with my TIES system. I want my foremen to understand the concepts behind the system I require them to work under. As a matter of fact, I require my entire team to go through varying levels of this online training. Problem number 4. The duration for any task needs to be fair and realistic. Otherwise, employees will get frustrated and refuse to buy in. When they are realistic, the employee needs to be held accountable to completing them on time. In order for task durations to be fair and realistic, they need to be derived from the project estimate. And let's think about that for a minute. If you're going to pay an estimator to make predictions on project costs, wouldn't you like to know whether your employees can actually install the material at that rate or not? No employee should ever be assigned a task without a time limit assigned to it. Now think about that for a moment. You're competitively bidding against other contractors and signing contracts with general contractors, which guarantee that you're going to complete a project at a certain cost in labor. And then you're going to assign a task to a worker without a time limit and just tell them, "Come see me when they're done"? Come on. Problem number 5. Electrical contractors want to use the same management practices that general contractors use. Again, this will work to a point, but it's too high level and stops short of driving the organization and project goals developed in the office down to the field level. General contractors are managing contractors, and electrical contractors are managing employees. In order to manage employees effectively, you have to push the goals and tasks dictated by the master schedule down to the last worker in the field. After all, this is where the schedule meets reality, in the field. So here's what I see happening with electrical contractors. Somewhere around $5 million in annual revenue, things start to unravel. Up to that level, contractors seem to be able to maintain good control of their business. But somewhere around this income level, they start to lose control. Where they once had their own hand on all aspects of their company, at this level they have to relinquish control to various types of managers. Some of those managers succeed, and some don't. And when they don't, things start to unravel. I call this unraveling the $5 million spiral of death, because if contractors don't find a solution for it, I've seen them collapse, and it isn't pretty. But the real problem is that this spiral can continue way into the high millions of dollars, where contractors continue to grow their business but suffer high losses on random projects, lacking a way to predict or prevent when these losses may come. At this point, contractors are left with pockets of workers who are well organized and pockets of workers who are unorganized. Everyone implementing their own style, some good and some really bad, lacking any type of consistency regarding how projects are executed. This can best be described as organized chaos. At this point, electrical contractors start experiencing these high losses. The first thing they try to do to mitigate the losses is to implement a scheduling system, not realizing that in order to be effective, their scheduling needs to be pushed down to the crew level, including training for the entire team. They end up creating elaborate schedules that just give them the ability to watch their projects spiral further out of control. Through pressure from general contractors to maintain completion goals, electrical contractors add more manpower and put more pressure on the crew to complete, which causes workers to install material faster than they're capable. Material gets installed incorrectly and has to be taken out and reinstalled, creating huge amounts of rework. And before you know it, 30 workers are only completing the work of about 10 workers every day, and losses escalate. To make things worse, documentation that could justify much-needed change orders often gets ignored amidst the chaos and compounds losses. Let's recap what we know so far. Popular scheduling software is not designed to drive schedule management down to the field level. Electrical contractors don't do a good job of scheduling employees. In order to succeed with scheduling at the field level, electrical contractors need to train their foremen to understand field management techniques. In order to be fair and accurate, durations need to be derived from the electrical estimate. Conventional project management techniques do not go far enough to drive planning and management down to the field level. Now I'd like to introduce you to the task-integrated estimate scheduling system, which solves all 5 of these problems. Creating good schedules can be tedious and difficult. Many electrical contractors don't understand the mechanics of building a good schedule. And very often their project managers aren't much better. We're going to solve that for you. The way we're going to simplify this process for you is by providing you with a revolutionary new automated scheduling system. By importing your estimate data right from your computer estimating system, this product will automatically process that data and turn it into a master schedule. Yes, you heard that right. Once compiled, we're going to use that master schedule to create individual rolling schedules with the click of a mouse. That's right, just point and click. To automatically assign tasks to workers or crews of workers, and here's the best part. We're not only going to tell workers what to work on and when to work on it, but all durations are based on actual estimate data. But schedules need to be updated regularly in order to keep track of progress. And tracking progress holds workers accountable to the estimate, without having to stand over them and stomp your feet. So we're going to do that automatically too, through time card entry. Want to use paper time cards? No problem. Want to record time on a computer or tablet? No problem. Want to have employees enter time via cell phone apps? No problem, we've got you covered. Like your existing accounting software? No problem, we'll seamlessly integrate with it. Like your estimating software? Good, keep it. We'll integrate with it. Want detailed daily profitability reports? Okay, we have you covered. We have an in-depth online training course so your employees can log in at any time that's convenient to them and get the training they need. But we're not going to waste anyone's time. And that means if you're an apprentice and only need a little training in order to meet your obligations within the system, you're only going to get access to the apprentice level training. If you're a foreman and need more in-depth training, you're going to get that training. And if you're a project manager and need a complete overview of the entire system, you're going to get that access level training. We're going to deliver a complete system of field management that will be the catalyst that holds your team together to drive the organization created in the office down to the lowest level worker in the field, to create the consistency you need to capture the levels of profit that you need and expect on every project. This complete system of field management is going to complete the circle of data, starting at the estimate, through the master schedule, through the rolling schedules, on through the accounting system, and back to the estimating team to help format future estimates. And here's where things get really crazy. We're going to use estimate data to create a master schedule. We're going to use that master schedule to write rolling schedules that will force employees to complete tasks on time. We're going to record each employee's progress against their rolling schedule to provide accountability. And we're going to report this data back to the estimating team so they can see where they were fat and where they were lean. We're going to feed our crews accurate estimate data so that they know what is required of them to complete on time and capture our profit. Then we're going to capture their time per task so we know who's succeeding and who isn't. To provide total accountability from estimator to apprentice. And then we're going to report this data back to the estimating department at the end of the project to help fine-tune future estimates. Now, numbers aside, it's pretty obvious that the main thing the task-integrated estimate scheduling system provides to you is choices. The choice to gain control over your projects and identify issues before they cost you a fortune. The choice to build a team, crank up the production, and boost your bottom line. Should you decide to accept this is up to you. And there's no right or wrong choice. But at the end of the day, it's peace of mind. That's really what this is all about. Now, in our short time today, I've condensed, jam-packed, and squeezed together as tightly as possible the entire 5-step system for implementing a new system of project management that can eliminate those huge losses on random projects very quickly. And the reality is, even if you only use a tiny fraction of what we covered today, don't you feel like you're able to take a gigantic leap forward with your business? I don't know what you knew about building profitable projects predictably and consistently before coming on to this training today, but I bet it'd be safe to say that some or all of what we covered today was new and valuable for you. Stuff such as why electrical contractors need a different type of scheduling system than general contractors. Because they're managing employees, not contractors. That electrical contractors don't do a good job of scheduling employees. And how to solve that problem with a well-structured electrical schedule. In order for schedules to be effective for electrical contractors, they need to be driven down to the field level. And field workers need to be trained on how to interpret and use that schedule. That the duration for any task needs to be fair and realistic so employees won't get frustrated and refuse to buy in. When they are realistic, the employee needs to be held accountable to completing them on time. To accomplish this, we're going to derive all durations from the electrical estimate. And much, much more. And the question for you now is this. Was our time together thus far enjoyable for you, and have you found it valuable? Do you now feel more confident with your ability to create and manage an effective electrical schedule? Have you come up with some good ideas you already feel excited about implementing in your own business? Are you excited to give this a try to see what great things it opens up for you on your own projects? No matter what way we look at this, when you leave this training today, you'll be making one of 3 choices. Option number 1, do nothing. You can ignore this training, keep doing what you've been doing, and getting more of the same results. You can leave this video right now and go back to building electrical projects way below your team's potential, and being stressed out all the time because you know you're not hitting your profit goals. But honestly, if you were going to choose this option, I don't think you would still be on this training. You're here because you know you need a change, and something inside you is telling you that a task-integrated estimate scheduling system just may be the thing that changes the game for you. And that brings us to option number 2, go it alone. You can take everything we discussed on this training and go out there right now and try to do it yourself. And yeah, you'll definitely have a better chance at making a go at this in a way that most people will never be able to. But realize this, understanding how something works at a high level doesn't automatically mean you'll be able to go out there and implement it successfully and get results. And the truth is, if you decide to go alone, there's going to be a long learning curve of trial and error, just the way it was for me. What happens when you have a question or encounter an obstacle you don't know how to handle, and it stops you dead in your tracks? And if you don't have someone there who's already done it to answer those questions for you, you'll spend days, weeks, months, perhaps even years spinning your wheels and overanalyzing every detail because you're not clear on how to move forward. And guess what? There's nothing wrong with this choice. Just be ready to spend a lot of years testing and implementing until you get it right, just like I did. Then there's option number 3, and that's the easier and faster way. One-on-one mentorship from someone with a proven plan and system, who's already done it themselves and for countless others. Someone willing to hold your hand through the process and who has a personal obligation in your success. You can choose to make this moment the one you look back on, as the one where you made the decision that changed everything for you. The moment you decided enough is enough, and you said, I gotta change or nothing's gonna change. There's gotta be an easier way. I want to speed up my results. I want to take control of my business and get results like Dennis is getting. Dennis, I want you to help implement my own task-integrated estimate scheduling system, because I know you've done it for yourself and others, and I know you'll do it for me too. Enough screwing around. I want to boost my bottom line, and I want to make this happen now. Not just for me, but for my entire team as well as our future. And if that's you, I'm excited for you. And I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't tell you what I have to offer you today. That's why, with great pleasure, I introduce to you the Task Integrated Estimate Scheduling System program. Here's what it's all about. I want to give you the chance to apply to become one of my high-level coaching clients, where I can work with you on this entire process hands-on, so I can unlock within your company your very own task-integrated estimate scheduling system, help you to begin implementing schedules and training in the next 30 to 45 days, and rapidly implement a system to create more consistent and predictable profit margins fast. Here's how it works. First, I've set some time aside in my calendar over the next few days to speak with you personally on a free one-on-one discovery call, where we're going to discuss your project goals, the kind of outcome you want to create, and then we'll outline a personalized plan for you on the call on how to make all of that happen fast with a task-integrated estimate scheduling system. Then, if it makes sense, and I think we're a good fit for working together further, I might invite you to become one of my private coaching clients, where we'll build this entire thing together. And I'll personally hold your hand through the entire process, ensuring you reach your success you desire. But you got to know one thing. There's no guarantee that I'll invite you to become one of my private coaching clients. Fact is, 60% of the people I talk to just aren't a good fit and aren't ready for this kind of help. So if I don't think I can help you out, or I don't think we're a good fit for working together, I'll tell you what I think you should do instead, and we'll part as friends. And there's zero pressure to take me up on the offer if I do make it to you. This is entirely up to you, and whatever you decide is fine with me. So again, there's no pressure here. But if we do decide to work together, here's what we'll do. First, I'll be working with you very closely over a period of 12 weeks to implement the step-by-step process we covered in this training. And I'm telling you, we move fast. First, we'll get straight to work training your team at all levels. While this is happening, we're going to get busy in the background, discussing options to get you the oversight and reporting that you want, and nestling the system between your existing platforms and adjusting parameters, so that as soon as your team is ready to begin, the system will be in place and operational, and you'll be leveraging all my experience to speed up your own results, as I will literally be helping you with everything, providing training support, helping to establish the best formatting to blend with your business structure, testing the setup, and tweaking to make sure the first project launches flawlessly. Once the task integrated estimate scheduling system is built, we'll get it launched and start tracking your first project together to make sure everything is running smoothly. Then you'll launch the system, and I expect you to be managing your first project within the first 30 to 45 days. I'll invite your employees to participate in my weekly live coaching, and I'll be personally coaching them until they're consistently managing their first project. This is a comprehensive system of project management that includes a scheduling platform designed specifically for electrical contractors, and all the necessary training and support to get it implemented and managing your project fast. This is an investment in your team and your business, which will provide valuable benefits way into the future. By the end of 60 to 90 days, I expect you to see these benefits already starting to appear. I've been using this system for a long time now. Here's the formula for success and the exact step-by-step guidance that I've found to work. And it's exactly how I got the results you saw on this webinar. Step 1, implement the training. Step 2, discuss the desired outcomes. Step 3, tailor the system and integrate to meet the desired outcomes. We'll move forward together, and I'll be critiquing and guiding you every step of the way, telling you exactly what to do. Through private one-on-one coaching sessions and personalized coaching videos that I make specifically for you. You'll even get my private cell phone number so you can reach me daily, Monday through Friday during business hours, via text message with any quick questions you have. And to top it off, once your team is managing projects, I'll still be helping you with using this very same system to produce amazing winning results on other projects, so that you'll get a good solid start, allowing your reoccurring success to stack up month after month with each project, just like I did for local contractor clients who've been with me in my business for several years now. Sound cool? So if you're ready for fast success and you want my help in making your dream a reality, go ahead and type the URL on the screen into your web browser right now. I'm also going to put a button below this video that will take you there. Just go to that URL right now, and it's going to take you to a page where you can select a time and date to book your discovery call with me. You'll see a short form with a few questions. Fill out that form and tell me why you need this system implemented in your own business. Because there's only so much time in a day, naturally these calls are limited and only available on a first-come, first-served basis. And because my calendar gets filled up pretty quickly, I'll have to cancel some of the calls that aren't a good fit. I'm investing 1 hour of my time in you. So if you can't take the time when filling out the form to show me you're serious, I'll have to reject your application. I'm not going to waste my time with people who aren't serious. So please be as detailed as possible to ensure your spot is secured. Now this is probably going to be the most profitable 45 minutes you spend on your business this year. But listen, in order for me to be able to help you out, you must answer yes to the following questions, or it's just going to be a waste of time for both of us. First, you must actually want to establish a method of project management that will boost your bottom line. If you're here just half-heartedly looking for a possible solution that you're not committed to following through on, this is not going to work. I mean, it might work for a little bit, you'll get some success, but it will be short-lived because, well, you'll just end up wandering off and leaving your team high and dry. So you have to be serious about making positive changes if you want to build long-term sustainable success, first and foremost. Now, we can help you with managing your employees and projects more profitably. But if I get the vibe on the call that you're not committed, I'll just end the call. So please don't bother. Second, the task integrated estimate scheduling system works best for electrical contractors who want to eliminate high losses on random projects and a more profitable way to manage employees and projects. This won't work if you plan on dragging your feet. The type of projects you build doesn't matter. I've had success on projects of all types, including commercial, industrial, and solar, remodels, and new construction. Hit the link below, grab your free discovery call, and let's figure out a plan to fulfill your goals. And your experience with scheduling doesn't matter either. Doesn't matter if you've tried to implement a scheduling system in the past and weren't successful. I see a lot of that. Or if you're having limited success but still experiencing high losses on random projects. And third, you have to want this. Like actually want it. I find that most people say they want to end their problem of experiencing high losses on random projects. They talk about the outcome they want, but they're not willing to do what it takes to make the sacrifices to get there. It's crazy. But some electrical contractors are literally the equivalent of a person lost alone in the woods. They're starving, clothes all tattered and worn, confused, frustrated, scared, no idea where they are, how they got there, and no idea how to get where they want to go. Literally on the brink of starving to death. Then someone comes along with a map, some food and water, and offers to show them the way and walk with them until they get to their destination. They say, "No thanks, I'm fine on my own." I mean, come on. Are you seriously confused why you're stuck? The solution is here in front of you right now. Take it. I mean, come on. This call is free. You don't even have to pay for this. The amount of value you're getting here, it's insane. You literally risk nothing and you're gaining everything. Hit the link below, grab your free discovery call, and let's figure out a plan to get you to your goals. And if you're still here saying, "Oh, Dennis, this sounds so cool. I want to eliminate these losses I've been experiencing, but I'm not going to book a call." Seriously? Go away. I can't help you. Stop fooling yourself. So many times I see people who say they want successful projects, but they aren't willing to do the things they want their employees to do. It's crazy. People get this far in the training, then they won't even book a call, won't ask for help, won't invest in themselves or their business, yet they expect their employees to do those things with them. Sorry, doesn't work that way. It's out of alignment. You attract the type of success that you're willing to create. Think about that. Me personally, I learned this lesson years ago, and that's why I've personally invested in mentors in the last few years, because I learned there's no pride in suffering and going it alone. I used to think, oh, I'm smart. I shouldn't need help. Then finally I smartened up, realized, hey, there's got to be an easier way. There's got to be someone else who has already figured this stuff out. And the so-called secret I was looking for was getting help from that person. So if you're ready to find the easier way, hit the link below, grab your free discovery call, and let's figure out a plan to get you to your goals. If you remember earlier on in this training, the very moment when everything changed for me was when I formed my own business to test my strategies. Yeah, it was a very scary decision. I'd never taken a plunge like that before in my life on anything. But now, looking back, man, am I glad I trusted my gut and did it. I accelerated my career and success at managing projects like I never could have otherwise. The result? I went on to manage millions of dollars worth of projects for the first time. Since then, I've gone on to manage millions of dollars in projects every day. Who knows where I'd be today if I didn't make that decision? I wouldn't be here doing this training for you today, I can tell you that. So now it's your turn. Make this day the day everything changed for you. Hit the link below, grab your free discovery call, and let's figure out a plan to get you to your goals. And before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a quote from the 26th President of the United States of America, Theodore Roosevelt. And he said, in any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The next best thing is the wrong thing. And the worst thing you can do is nothing. And he's right. The truth is, life rewards people who take decisive action. People who are willing to make a bet on themselves, trust their gut, make a decision, and go all in after what they want. Life doesn't reward people who are too afraid to act at all and say things like, this sounds like it's exactly what I need, but what if it doesn't work? What if I fail? What if? And you're worried about failing before you even get started. That way of thinking will not serve you or your goals. Instead of worrying about failure, you should be scared to death of continuing to talk yourself out of making a decision at all, and spending the rest of your life choosing to do nothing. You should be scared of being in the same spot 6 months from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, all because you were too afraid to act. Because the truth is, most people do nothing because it's easier. It's easier to accept a situation as, oh, it's not so bad, and continuing to do what hasn't been working. Change requires courage to act. And saying to yourself, I'm either going to make this work or I'm going to die trying. That might sound extreme, but that's exactly the mindset you need to be successful with anything. The good news for you, you'll have me as your mentor guiding you every step of the way, willing to work with you until you reach your success, no matter what. You have my word that I will work with you until you earn your money back, even if it takes us longer than 12 weeks. That, my friend, is my promise to you, and it's how to guarantee your success. So go ahead, click the link, book your discovery call, fill out the form, and we'll speak soon. Remember, lots of people are watching this training, and I'm going to be getting a lot of people wanting to schedule a call with me. But I'm only one man, and there's only so much time in a day. There truly are limited spots available. I simply can't talk with everybody who watches this training. So please, put some thought into filling out the form, and let me know why you want to be added to the front of the line, and why you want success more than anyone else. Be ready to hit the ground running fast if we decide to work together. If we're not a good fit for working together and I don't think I can help you out, I'll just tell you what I think you should do instead, and we'll part as friends. So if you're ready to have the success in business you've always dreamed of, Click the link, fill out the form, and let's talk. So it's been a pleasure doing this training for you, and I want to thank you for attending. I really hope you take advantage of this opportunity, and I hope this training has added value to your life. And if you're ready to implement changes in your business that will eliminate those wild swings in profitability quickly, you know where to find me. Dennis Thomas here. Go to the link, fill out the form, and I'll speak to you soon.